The bell tolls for the Grotesque Guardians. So in order to take on the Grotesque Guardians in the first place, you're going to need at least 75 Slayer in order to kill the gargoyles, as well as receiving the brittle key that the gargoyles can drop in order to access the Slayer Tower roof in order to take on the boss. In terms of the gear to bring, you're primarily going to want a range tank setup. I usually compose that of the body and the legs being the range gear, the rest of it filled out with melee. But to keep it simple, we're going to bring black dragon hide, an accumulator for the rune arrows, a magic short bow, and a melee switch to a dragon scimitar. For the inventory, if you're having a hard time, mainly bring backup prayer potions. I'm also bringing a ranging potion and a super combat potion, an emergency teleport out, but my house also has the teleport to Canifis, which is how I get here. Your melee weapon switch, or your melee gear switch if you're bringing more than one item. But most importantly, never forget the rock hammer. And as for normal, the rest of the inventory is just filled up with food. So let's get to the boss. Ideally, since they are a Slayer task only boss, you'll be using your Slayer helmet for them, but at the minimum, you'll at least probably want to bring a nose peg up here, because of our friendly aberrant specters that guard the staircase to the top of the Slayer tower. But I'm just going to take the spiky chain since I didn't bring one with me. Pass by the necreals and the gargoyles, and at the top of the staircase next to the other gargoyles is the roof entrance up to the Grotesque Guardians, as well as the magical chest that will hold your items if they happen to kill you. Here is the gate that you would use the brittle key on, and as you can see, mine is already open, so let's head on up. The fight will not start upon entrance to the roof. It requires ringing the bell over here to the side. I personally like to have my camera face east, and once you kill them 5 times, you have access to quick start the fight. But for now, open up the prayer tab, click the bell, and watch the cutscene. Be ready to turn on protect from range once the cutscene ends, and simply click up to the top. Start attacking Dawn in this individual square that you see down here in the bottom right of where we are. Walk over to this position, and you will have Dusk trapped in a roundabout where he will attempt to melee you, but he cannot since you are standing underneath him. If he happens to get to a point to where he can start meleeing you, simply click out of the arena to run back into the corner, and walk back onto that square. It's 1, 2, 3 squares in from the corner itself. Oop. And this is phase 1. Once Dawn walks away, click away, turn on Pray Melee, and equip your melee gear, and start to take on Dusk. Here, when he glows orange, he'll trap you and throw you to the edge of the arena, dealing upwards of about 30 damage. And as you may see, Dawn can also throw rocks down into the arena. You need to stand at least 2 tiles away from them. We'll move over to avoid the rock fall. And when he glows his wing, just step 1 tile away at least. No rocks were landing around me, so we didn't have to move. Looks like a shadow under, so we'll move down a little bit and go back to attacking. And get caught up in his blast. When he glows, they're moving into their lightning phase. Just stand away from the tiles that are glowing. Switch back to your range gear. And pray range again. And just click on the blue balls that Dawn will throw out. Run back up to the main area, healing and restoring prayer as needed. And when Dusk catches back up, go ahead and walk back into the tile. We're frozen in stone from her little magic attack, which rarely ever hits. And just go back to attacking Dawn. Resetting Dusk as needed if he's attacking you. We'll mark the tile so it's a little clearer to see which one I'm going back to. And Dawn can repeat her absorption balls. Just head back out and collect them again. Attacking her if you want in between collecting the orbs. And the tile we have highlighted is a single square, so it's pretty clear to see even without indicators. From here, Dusk is going to throw you into a prison. Go ahead and switch back into your melee gear, and if you're on the edge, click into the open hole. If you're not on the edge, just click anywhere outside of the square. And for this phase, we are going to want to pray against the most recent attack that Dusk throws at us. So if he uses melee, pray melee, and if he uses the range attack, pray range. His max hit is approximately 30, so as long as you keep your health above that, you should be okay. And he can repeat his prison attack. Just click out of it and click back to him. And as per always, I forgot to drink my potions. So let's do this as a take 2. So we traded some of our prayer potions for a little bit more food. And then this time, we'll remember to pre-take our potions, quick ring the bell just to speed it up, and remember our safety square. Phase 1 done, switch to melee, change to melee weapon, click away from the glow and avoid the shadow. When they transition, turn off prayer, restore as needed as long as you're not standing near any of the tiles. Go back to praying range with your range gear, absorb the balls that Dawn throws out, repin Dusk in his corner, and wait out the round, absorbing her second wave of spheres if you need to. And again, turn off prayers, equip your melee weapon, escape from the prison as needed. Just remember to stay above 30 health in this phase and switch prayers whenever he changes his attack style. And we hit him with the hammer. And you have your kill count. Take your spoils of the kill, restore health and prayer as needed. I usually prefer Ferox. Make your way back for kill number 2. Pretty simple and decently fun boss once you get the hang of him down.